Absolutely. And what I love about that, Wendy, is that you don't just have an assessment. From there, you can really take the results of that assessment and figure out, now what is the plan? What do I then go do next? And
Mhm.
you can break it up. Like, what do I want to do immediately? What do I want to do in the shorter term? What do I want to do in the longer term? And then you can take control of that, with your manager or with your leader, and then just have check-ins to say, I received all this feedback from, because what you're talking about, this is more holistic now. It's not coming from one source. So you can say, I received all this feedback. And as a result of that, this is what I've learned about myself. And this is what I've learned that I need to take action on or improve. Here's what I can do immediately. And then come in and have a check in. How's that going? And then move to the next thing. Right. So
Right.
I know I've had some assessments that just you leave feeling so overwhelmed, like, I don't know where to start. But knowing that you're looking at your leadership and how it impacts the business, you can kind of put those two things together and say, well, what's the impact that I need to have immediately? And then based on that, what are the things that I then need to go do in terms of the competencies?
Great.
So
Great.
good. Yeah, and I think, traditionally, right, we've so often had separate assessments, right, for the business portion, the business learnings, business impact, the business practices, and then those leadership skills, right? And
Right. Like this has been separate from this. So we'd actually be looking at two. Yeah.
right.
Mhm.
And now how do I bring, right? And it's so funny as you talk about it, Wendy, because it just, I kind of say, well, duh, right? It they go together, but we just haven't talked about it that way. And in fact, different parts of the organization oftentimes have owned those practices, and so to be able to bring them together, because again, when I just I don't have a better word than to say, well, duh, they need to go together. And so to align those is just, when you introed, you talked about kind of a modernized approach, and it is, right. It's funny because it feels like something, that should have been so clear and obvious, and we should have had tools for decades ago. But I'm so glad that we're getting to that place that we
Mhm.
have that, and that we can, impact the business and our leaders in this way. So it's so exciting to